What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. My name is Sharina. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Today we are making Sublimation coffee mugs along with a matching Sublimation gift box, which is perfect for gifting or to add to your craft business. You want to make sure you measure your coffee mugs. These are Cricut brand coffee mugs from Hobby Lobby. I'm measuring about an 8.2 by 3.5 is what I'm going to create my image to be. These are 12-ounce mugs as well. Although the Sublimation gift boxes only fit 11 ounce, they do fit the Cricut 12-ounce brand mugs. These Sublimation blanks are by PYD LIFE. On the back is instructions on the press in the settings. You want to press at 356 for 60 seconds. You get 20 Sublimation blanks and 20 ribbons. Also, you want to make sure that your coffee mugs fit the gift box, and this is how it would sit in the gift box. Make sure you measure the gift box as well to see how big you want to make your image. I'm going to do a 19.5 by 6 image. I'm going to create my images through Cricut Design Space today. Usually I buy them off Etsy, but I didn't feel like spending no money. So go over to images and we're going to look up flower background and find a cute little flower background. Once I found one, I'm going to resize it to an 8.2 by 3.5, the size that I measured my coffee mug. Then I'm going to go over to shapes and grab a square. I'm also going to change the size of the square to an 8.2 by 3.5. And then I'm going to arrange the flower background to go in front of the square. I'm going to change the color of the square to this beige color that's in the center of the flowers. And then I'm going to align them in the center together. I'm going to go to the flower background, ungroup it, and change the insides of the flowers to white. I'm going to go over the entire thing and flatten it. This is going to make it a print and cut because that's what we're doing today. Sublimation is a print cut. This particular mug will be a Starbucks mug. So I'm going to go over to the shapes and I'm going to grab a circle. I'm going to change the size of the circle to a 2.7 by 2.7. Then I'm going to change the color of the circle to white. This is going to be like an offset. I'm going to go to uploads. Now I've already bought the Starbucks logo. This is off Etsy. I've already bought it. I think I paid like $1 for it or whatever, but I've already had this, so I went ahead and used it. Then I'm going to change the size of the Starbucks logo to a 2.5 by 2.5, and then I'm going to place it in front of the circle, and then I'm going to arrange it into where it's in the center. And then I'm also going to flatten this because, again, this is a print and cut. It's sublimation. I'm going to duplicate it so we can have a Starbucks logo on both sides of the cup. Also, whatever background that you create, make sure you duplicate it so that your gift box can match the coffee mug. So that's what I did. I duplicated the flower background. Then you want to add your Starbucks logo to each sides of the coffee wrap. And all I'm going to do is take away the background and make sure that the Starbucks logos are in line with each other. And then I'm going to flatten the entire thing. And now we are done with the coffee mug wrap. For the background that we duplicated, we're going to change that to a size 9.75 by 6. Remember, the size of the gift box was a 19.5 by 6. We can't print that big, so we're going to have to split it up. Half of 19.5 is 9.75. We're going to duplicate it because once we bring these two together, it'll equal 19.5 by 6. So the gift box would be 2 prints, if that makes sense. Our second coffee mug, we're going to go over to images, and I wanted to do a little checkered background. So I typed in checkerboard for the checkered pattern, and then I just picked the checkered background. They had plenty, so, I mean, it doesn't matter. We're going to change that size to an 8.2 by 3.5. And then I'm just going to zoom in so we can focus on it. We can see it up close. Then I'm going to go over and change the color to orange. I'm going to grab I wanted to do a coffee image since it's a coffee mug. And so I found this little skeleton little thing here, and it says running on empty, but I'm still stopping for coffee. I really liked that, so I figured I'd go with that. And we're going to offset it. We're going to go and grab 2 circles. The first circle, we're going to change the color to black. And then we're going to size it to a 3 by 3. So the first circle will be a 3 by 3, and we're going to change the color of this circle to black. We're going to duplicate it. And then we're going to change the second circle to white and change the size of that to a 2.7 by 2.7. And we're going to drag these out the way so that we can center these circles. So go to align and center. Flatten it because it is a print and cut. And then we're going to align it in the center of our background. Now for the coffee image, we're going to change that to a 2.5 by 2.5. We're also going to center that in front of the circles. Bring it to the front. We're going to center that. I couldn't really tell if it was in the center, so I took away the checkered background just for a moment to make sure it was center, and then I brought it back. Once you bring the checkerboard background back, go over the entire thing and flatten it. Also, don't forget to duplicate the background before you flatten everything, because we need that for our gift box. Change it to a 9.75 by 6 and then duplicate it, because 9.75 times 2 is 19.5. That's the size of our gift box. And it'll be 2 prints, and then once you tape it together, put it together, it'll be one whole image. Go over the entire thing. I changed the color to black because I thought there was a lot of orange going on, but that's just me. And now we're done with making our sublimation coffee mug wraps and then our gift box wrap. I realized that the checkerboard background wasn't flattened and it wouldn't let me flatten it. So just go over under operation and change it to a print then cut. And everything should be print then cut. We're not cutting, we're just printing. Now it does say my paper size is an 8.3 by 11.7. That's not true. I'm using an 8.5 by 11. It will print on an 8.5 by 11. It's just gonna cut the registration marks off at the bottom. So don't be afraid of that because you don't have that size paper. It does print on an 8.5 by 11 paper. Again, once you send it to your printer, take the bleed off. I use System Dialog, and then I print, make sure it's on the right sublimation printer. Again, see, it printed out. It just cuts off the registration marks, in which we don't need those anyway. And you want to do that same process for each print. Once you printed out your last print, you can then cancel the cut, and then it's going to take you back to your main page on Cricut Design Space. Now it's time to cut out our images. I have everything printed out and ready to cut. So now I'm going to cut out my coffee mug wraps that I made. And I'm going to cut these out, leaving no white border. I'm going to cut along the image. Like no white border will be left around the image. And I'm going to do this for both coffee mug wraps. After I cut out the coffee mug wraps, I'm going to then tape them to the coffee mug. So I use a microfiber cloth to make sure I get all the lint and everything off the mugs or my cups before I put on my sublimation image. And then you're just going to use your heat tape to tape the image. Now, I don't use a lot of tape. I use maybe 4 pieces. I use 1 for each side and 1 piece of tape down the sides. I'm going to do this for both coffee mugs. Next, it's time to cut out the border from around the sublimation images for the gift boxes. Now, I did leave a little bit of white border around the gift box images. Make sure you cut off the registration marks. You want to cut the white border off one side of your prints. So I cut the border off one side of the print so that I could bring it together like a puzzle. I used a little piece of heat tape to kind of hold it together so when I flip it over, it would stay in place. And then I laid a long piece of heat tape along the seam on the back and cut the ends of the tape off. And now I have one big image. This is a 19.5 by 6 image. Then you can lay your sublimation gift box face down. You want to press on the outside of the gift box. Same thing for our second gift box. You want to cut the registration marks off of the image, leaving a white border on both cutouts, off both prints. Then you want to cut the white border off of one end so that you can tape it together. That way it's not a white line or a white border down the center of your image. Flip it over, tape the seam. Now we have one big image. This is a 19.5 by 6. You want to lay your sublimation gift box face down and tape it. Okay, finally, we are at the fun part, pressing the coffee mugs. We're going to press at 385 at 240. We're going to turn the cup around at 120. So press at 120, flip the cup, press at 120. 385 for 240 for both cups. Same process. 385 for 240. Flip the cup at 120. Now, for the pressing of the gift box. Now, I should have pressed on top of the sublimation paper, but I didn't because I didn't want to do a whole bunch of flipping and checking the inside of the box. In my head, I thought that was too much manipulation, and sometimes it'll smudge the sublimation blank. But I think if you press it on the opposite side from how I'm pressing, it will work just fine. This worked, but I don't know what I was thinking. But it still came out nice. Hear me out. 356 for 60 seconds. You want to press the gift boxes at 356 for 60 seconds. And here I am flipping it on the opposite side, in which how I should have did it the first time. But listen, it's all trial and error, and it came out nice still. Once you're done pressing, let everything cool off. The coffee mugs will be extremely hot. Once they're cool, then you can remove your sublimation paper. Same as the gift boxes. They cool off fast, but ceramic, those coffee mugs take a while, so don't burn yourself. Use protective gloves if you need to. Make sure you remove all the heat tape as well from your gift boxes, and then you can start folding them into place. They already have creases in it, so which makes it easier to fold. So here's a little close-up of my coffee mugs. So cute. They came out nice. Look at those colors. No ghosting. I think these are perfect gifts, especially if you can make the gift boxes personal to match. Like for somebody's birthday, you can make a birthday mug and like put their picture on the gift box. I think that would be really cool. Next, you want to put your coffee mugs into the gift boxes. Be careful because, I mean, the gift box is like still a thin piece of paper or cardboard or whatever. Don't rip the paper. It is sturdy, but still be careful. Then you take your ribbon and tie your ribbon to the top and make a cute little bow or whatever. Or you can also replace the ribbon that they give you with a ribbon that you have that may match the gift box. I mean, the creativity that you can have with this is endless, you know? Just be creative. There is no right or wrong when crafting. It's all about your own imagination. Here's a close-up of the gift boxes with the coffee mugs in them and the ribbon at the top. The ribbons are kind of short. I could have tied a bow, but it would have been a really small bow, so I just let it hang like this. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I love to hear y'all thoughts and opinions. If you have any questions, be sure to ask in the comments as well. But y'all, that's the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, you can make these, you know, personal. Make birthday gift boxes, anything. Just use your creativity. So if you can, like, subscribe, and share this video. I would greatly appreciate it. Follow some of my other social medias. And again, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and I will get those answered. Thanks. See y'all in the next video.